Wait. I'm rolling, brah.
Fratelloni's Ace Hardware and Garden Stores brings you from the State Fair. Garage Logic Podcast number 687.
Hey.
September 3rd, 2021. 97 degrees was the high on this day in 1925. And it was 32 degrees in 1974, which I remember as a very, very cool summer.
And special thanks to Running Aces Casino, Hotel, and Racetrack for sponsoring GL at the State Fair. Running Ace is a Las Vegas-style card room with family-friendly horse racing, trout fishing, the best bacon cheeseburgers in the state, and a brand-new hotel featuring state-of-the-art amenities, a pool, hot tub, and more, in the most comfy beds in the history of sleep. Running Aces Casino, Hotel, and Racetrack.
John and Dylan Height, Joe on bass. All day long we have this. John's making that guitar face that he's famous for. Kurt, not Joe's, Kurt. For $1 million. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. Never rains on GL at the State Fair. Never rains on GL. John McPhillips, could you come up here shortly, please, or briefly? And I want to explain who John is. He's out here doing the Lord's work.
Right here, Johnny.
And going to tell us about that Frazer Center that I had a great deal of sport with. I didn't really quite understand what its function was. You are John McPhillips, St. Paul kid.
Absolutely.
And tell us, John, what is that Frazer Center?
Frazer here at the fair is, and I'm with Central Roofing, we sponsor them here at the fair. Frazer is for autism services.
Okay.
And not just for children.
Right.
Some of the people that live in Frazer are as old in their 80s.
All right, right.
We also serve veterans. I myself am a 100% service-connected disabled veteran.
Okay.
From Vietnam.
Right.
They do a wonderful work, and on behalf of them, I'm just here to call you out.
Yeah. Well, John, I just imagine a bunch of prematurely gray-haired 42-year-old women going in there because the fair was too much for them, and I was merely suggesting, why in the hell would you come to the fair if you need a timeout? I completely misunderstood the purpose of that, and I congratulate for sponsoring it.
Well, thank you, and please come by sometime. If you know where the old Fireside corner was, right across from Creative.
Yes.
Across from the giant slide?
Right.
Yes.
Right. We were actually given only a few days' notice to be able to remodel it as best we could and bring it in. The front part is education. The back part is a sensory room.
Has it been successful?
Wildly.
Really good.
Good.
Wildly.
Good.
Way beyond whatever what we'd expected at all.
Is that from Joe ripping it and calling attention to it?
No. In truth, full disclosure, we did correct that the next day.
Yeah.
We did verbally correct that.
I certainly acknowledge that.
No, but I wanted to meet you, John, and I apologize for my misunderstanding. It was not good on my part. But I couldn't pass up a chance to rip 42-year-old prematurely gray female euphorians who were too shaken up by the fair that they had to seek refuge someplace. I completely misunderstood.
Got a bit of tunnel vision going, John.
Yeah, completely misunderstood.
You know, you're welcome up here anytime, and
Sure.
I think the 42-year-olds at our age are kind of, that's low-hanging fruit, isn't it?
Careful now. Careful.
John, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
An honor.
Yep, thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, and congratulations for your good work. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
May I ask a question?
His
Joe?
heart stopped 4 times, right, John?
4 times.
But he's never seen the white light.
Never saw the white light.
Right. Be careful. Thank you very much.
Is that good or bad?
Well, he's here, isn't he? Yes? Somebody was talking to me?
I was just going to ask, because we've had a couple of musical guests these last couple of days, and I had a question for Johnny.
Yeah.
How inadequate as a player have you felt the last 2 days now playing with your son?
We've had some pretty good guitar players on stage today. I agree. All week, actually. So
yeah.
But I feel fine.
Okay, good.
We learned
I feel adequate.
We learned that Jeff Dayton, who served 15 years as Glenn Campbell's band leader, and a marvelous guitar player in his own right, was here yesterday. And he was fantastic. And Doris is here already. All right. And the mystery continues. Rook, I talked to my sister last night whose husband graduated from Matamidi in 1971. Rook.
Yep, I'm
Never
sorry.
heard of the guy.
Well, he told me Matamidi, 1971.
Man, he must have kept a low profile.
I did go to his website yesterday. Let me dig that up while you talk about other things and
Well,
see what it says.
Here's today's State Fair animal.
Oh, is that when I play the sounder?
Wait, shouldn't I be doing an ad when
Yeah,
you
you
say
should.
that?
Here comes Doris with a.
Oh, here we go. What is it, Joe?
Boy, that's an
She's
old
got a couple of them.
Texas Longhorn. Right? Come on up, Doris.
Come on, Tom, go to work. Help him out here. Make some room.
Watch it trample that
It's the only
Eco-Fun
time I
bike.
get to order Tom around.
Doris is going to make her way up here. Her last appearance at the fair. She's helped us for years and years and years. She's a charter inductee into the Garage Logic Hall of Fame, and as is her norm, she's wearing her medallion.
Do you think she came over this early just to be finally done with us for another
I think
year?
so. Let's get it over with.
Let's get it over with.
Yep.
We have Doris has that is a
What a fine-looking
moly.
beast.
wow, what an animal. That is a big cow, isn't it? Is that a cow, Doris?
We don't have a cow.
Rosie?
Yep,
Rosie.
So I was right, it's a cow.
you're right.
What kind? Scottish Highlander?
Hey, have you done this before, Joe?
No.
Is that really a Scottish
Did he
Highlander?
get it right?
Doris, are you proud of me, Doris?
All right.
Doris,
Joe.
Doris has taught me well over the years.
Wow.
Yeah!
I almost collapsed from disbelief there.
Joe,
Wow.
Joe, describe what the gentleman is doing with the green stick.
I have no idea.
Well, describe it for the listeners.
Well, he's brushing the coat of Daisy.
I think he's tickling the belly.
Well, are you, sir? What is your name?
Mark Schultz.
Mark, where does this animal live?
So she's from southern Minnesota, Elkton, Minnesota.
Okay.
On our farm, Flatland Farm.
Yep.
And we've got, you can't see him, he's hiding over there, but right on the other side of her, we've got Kai, right over here.
Okay.
Actually, why don't we pull Rosie up a little bit, and if we can, so Kai can be revealed.
What are you doing, stroking the fur there?
We're just keeping her calm.
Oh, okay.
She got on the truck about 2:30 this morning and got off the truck up here, and we gave her a spa treatment and a little rest and getting ready for the show here.
How old is she?
She's a 6-year-old cow.
And what's her future?
She hopefully will have many more nice calves like Kai here.
All right, now I'm seeing Kai right behind
And
her.
you stroke her belly to keep her calm.
Calm. She likes
Could
it.
you do that?
Who does it?
To me?
Kenny, get down there. Let's try that out. Let's see what happens.
Go lay on the grass.
I could use some of that.
Maybe a calming effect.
That is a lovely, handsome animal. Man,
Well-
Thank you.
alive. Wow.
And Joe, Kai's had a little adjustment to his swimsuit area.
What's that mean?
Well, what do you
does that
think?
mean?
Well, I mean, he's been...
He's out of service.
He's been de-escalated?
He has. He has.
We
Early
don't-
on.
He's no longer a danger to the female world of the Scottish breed?
This is true.
Okay, why would that be done? I have no idea.
Well, so normally that would be done, then he would be a beef producer for us.
Okay.
In his case, I'm not sure where he's going to, what his longevity will be, because he's going to go as a companion with a bull that
Is he
we
having a
sold
little
out east.
gender identity problem? Or
No.
No.
What's his
No.
pronoun?
The,
we call that they.
They.
Got it.
They.
Got
No,
it.
he doesn't have a problem with his gender identity, but he's going to go out and be a buddy to another animal that is going to a show farm.
Oh.
And so he's maybe going to be used as eye candy rather than as
yeah.
a bull to service
I
cows.
gotcha.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Teammates.
Now, is Daisy being shown here
It's
at
Rosie.
the fair?
It's Rosie.
I'm sorry, Rosie.
Yes.
Is
no,
Rosie...
we're just on display in the boo booth area,
All right.
and so we can educate people about some unique animals and then beef in general, beef animals.
Right.
And we get a lot of good questions from fairgoers.
Good.
And so we're out here we've been here all 12 days, although we switch cattle out every 4 days, so they
Okay.
don't have to be here so long.
So you went home and got Rosie.
We did last night. We
Okay.
took a different pair home, and we got back on the road this morning.
Is that instrument you're using to calm her, is that specifically intended for that purpose?
It is, and you'll also notice that it kind of has a shape at the top.
Like a fish hook.
It's also used in the show ring to set her feet up,
I see. All right.
to get her placed right.
All right.
But
Well, so I'm
today we don't need to do
Right.
that.
I'm going to bring one of those home for the roommate.
Yeah.
She has really long fur. Or
The
hair.
roommate or this
Yeah,
guy?
so
Ba-dum-dum-dum.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
So she's the breed originated in the Highlands of Scotland.
Yes.
Scottish Highlands.
Yep.
So windy, cold. They have a double coat that keeps the water off, so they don't get chilled. You'll also notice she has very long eyelashes,
Yes.
which most people would be jealous of.
Oh, that's just nifty.
And that's also to keep the weather out of her
Okay.
eyes.
Does she shed at all? Do they?
Yep. In the spring, we'll
Okay.
we'll comb out the undercoat,
Sure.
that double coat.
Who's working on Kai?
That's my wife, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Hi, how are you?
Mark, you've been on the show before.
I have.
Yeah, I recognize
I
you.
have.
With a Scottish Highland?
Yep. you
Now,
bet.
see, that must be my memory, Doris. I'm so pleased with myself I can't see straight.
There you go.
Because
There you
I've
go.
disappointed you for years and years and years, and today I came through for you.
Yes, and so I'll hold that close in memory until next year, Joe. And, you know, when I listen to your podcast and there's some interesting commentary, sometimes I wish that I could just call up and say, no, it's wrong. But,
Yeah,
you
no.
know,
Well, join the club, Doris.
Doris, on days I don't work, I wish I could call in and correct them.
I hear you.
We're not that inaccurate.
Well, just do
Well-
like everybody else. Send us an email telling us what idiots we are.
Well,
You're doing it all wrong.
Actually, I do send emails on occasion.
You
so,
do?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Let me see if we have a correction segment today.
Correction
Well,
segment
let's
there.
say good.
We
that-
do not. We
that
do
could
not.
get long. Oh, okay.
We do not.
Good.
You know,
Yeah.
you know some things about. I think Mark can tell you a little bit too about the Highland beef. Is you're always interested in the meat aspect.
I
know,
am,
And,
I am.
And what might end up at Grunhoffer's.
Right.
Scottish Highlands are a little bit different than regular beef cattle.
Okay.
So with that double coat I was talking
Right.
about, they don't develop the back fat that a commercial breed does,
Okay.
so they're a lot leaner beef.
Oh, boy.
So if you have some health issues but still like your beef, and you like a little leaner beef, this would be the one
Well,
for
can you get that at the store? I mean,
Typically not. They're usually it's direct from the farmer because these guys don't fit the mold of normal production
Right.
beef. So farmers markets and direct from the farmer is where you might find Highland
Okay.
beef.
I have a question about beef. Which tastes better, corn-fed beef or grass-fed?
Oh, you're going to start a
that's,
war.
That's a loaded question there. So
yeah.
it's really personal preference.
Okay.
I grew up eating corn-fed Holstein steers.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it. I do prefer grass-fed Highlands now.
I don't
Because
blame
of
you.
less fat.
Less fat, but actually a little more robust flavor is what I would say.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Mark and Doris.
bet.
You're
and
welcome.
thank you again, Doris, for another great year
Yes.
bringing us today's State Fair animals.
Today's State Fair animal.
Let's
It
hear it
wouldn't
for
be
Hall
the-
of Famer Doris Mold.
Wouldn't be
from
the fair
movie.
without Doris. And thank you to that beautiful. Oh, look at the face on that calf. Looks like a catcher's mitt.
Oh, Joe. He's coming up to visit you, Joe.
That is beautiful, Ralph.
You know, you have made a lot of progress in today's State for Animals segment.
Oh, wait a minute, Jamie. How old is the calf? 6 months.
months.
Okay. All right.
Joe, you have made a lot of progress from the time when you asked, do they make female ones of these?
Right.
Yeah, that's.
You've come a long way.
I think I can straighten out your Jeff Dayton questions, Joe.
Here we go. Jeff Dayton was with us yesterday. Marvelous entertainer.
I have more,
And
about his background that you'll be.
I'm so angry that I didn't make it up to the Liney Lodge to watch him yesterday.
He went to
What were you doing instead?
Matamidi Senior High School, the Blake School, and Orono High School.
Okay.
Graduating in 1971. So it sounds like he graduated from Orono.
There you go. There you go.
Listen to this, though. He then went to Southwest Minnesota State
Yep.
with an introduction to both jazz and classical performing, studied cello, joined the school's jazz ensemble, later played guitar with the University of Minnesota Twin Cities Jazz Ensemble, studied jazz arrangement under Lance Strickland, worked with Dizzy Gillespie, Thad Jones,
Shut up.
and Phil Woods, three
Really?
legends
We need
of
to
the
have him
jazz.
back.
I told you yesterday, he was very self-effacing. I said, you're a much bigger deal than you're letting on.
Where
Much
is
bigger.
Southwest? Where is that?
Marshall.
Marshall.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Rook,
Yeah.
self-effacing. What do you say to that?
That's another screw that word. Screw that. I'm compiling a list with just normal.
He
Talk
was
normal.
Okay, he was modest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you say? Self-effacing?
Yeah.
And he walked up and walked up in a baseball
Cameras
cap
here.
Yeah.
with Fender on it and just a work shirt.
And he's a big deal in the music world.
Yeah,
And
huge.
he had a cool hat.
Huge.
He did have his hat was
Yep.
cool.
Unfortunately, I bet they're not here today. Otherwise, I'd send you on a mission to go bring them back.
Correct. I believe they are. I believe they're all done, and he did make good on his promise to deliver some T-shirts in the
Okay.
back to us.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a kind gesture.
All right. Say, Red Savoy Pizza.
Yep.
They got a new September carry-out special. If you've been going to restaurants lately, it's pretty clear there's a hell of a labor shortage.
Yes.
That's true with half small businesses in this country are short of staff because we got to get a president who quits paying people not to work.
Right.
So, well, the shortage is real, and when the whole world is short-staffed, it's important to be kind to those who show up in that spirit. Red Savoy is encouraging people to stop into one of their restaurants and pick up their pizza, like the good old days.
Good stuff.
Picking up your pizza will help Red Savoy navigate this labor shortage, and they're going to make it worthwhile for you, too. Not only do you get the pull tab tucked into the box.
What else do you get?
But right now, you can get a large one-topping pizza with cheese bread for $22.99 when you pick up your pizza at any of the Red Savoy's locations. So, GLers, let's pitch in and help Red Savoy like we are helping other small businesses with that carry-out special this month. Download the Red Savoy app or visit savoypizza.com.
We are clear. Yes. For real?
For real.
Kenny, whatever you're ready for. Give me 1 second.
Chris has something going on.
So, do you know what they're going to play, or are you just going to keep up? Ready to go? Just going to wing it. Show off.
Kenny, we're pretty much winging all
How
of
are
this.
you?
So.
Bunch of show-offs. Is that the name of your band? The Show-Offs?
Show-off.
You guys ready?
You ready?
Kenny doing something?
Well, do you want me to do it before them, or do you want me to do it over them?
After them.
We'll stop.
Let's go here.
We'll just
Yes,
look.
sir.
All right, let's go.
Jeez.
Ready?
Somebody's got to make up their mind
Let's
here.
go,
There we
Such.
go.
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
Oh, man, it has to be fun in the John Haidt music room at home, huh?
It can be, yes.
Wow.
GLers, you're looking at the future of music at the end of that stage there. Dylan Haidt.
Yep.
Round of applause for Dylan.
Dylan, do we get to be roadies when you're famous one day?
I'm not carrying your gear ever, Dylan, ever. Ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. Heydays, the biggest celebration of snowmobiles in the country, coming back for the 54th time. Joe, it's next weekend,
I
the
understand
11th
that.
and
Yeah.
12th.
Yep.
It's at the Big Snow Baron site off of 95, 7 miles east of North Branch. The one weekend of the year where all of us sled heads get together and party at this 140-acre site. They have something for everyone. Ditch Pickles, Polaris, Skidoo, Yamaha. The factory trailers are all going to be on hand. There are a lot of dealers there selling stuff, getting rid of last year's stuff, giving you special Heydays dealer specials. It's a lot of fun. And my favorite event of the weekend is always the grass drags. We're talking 800 horsepower snowmobiles running over 150 miles per hour on the grass, plus the biggest swap area you'll ever see, no matter what you're looking for, from a hot tub to a snowmobile to your third wife. You'll find it on the swap field. Heydays, it's next weekend. For more information, heydays.com, or maybe your next husband. I don't know.
GLer, say hello to a great GL teacher, a science teacher up at Annandale, writes us frequently, Cal Fraley. Give us a wave, Cal. He's right over here. Hell of a GL thinker and a great addition to common sense in the teaching profession. Is our friend Sean Emery here?
He is indeed, Joe. He's waiting in the green room here. And
Bring him out.
the one and only Sean Emery, ladies and gentlemen.
Sean. Come on, you can do better. This is the Wacky Wheeler.
No,
that's not the Wacky
not the
Wheeler.
Wacky Wheeler.
I am not the Wacky Wheeler.
No, usually
Melvin.
you swallow flames and fall down on stage and juggle.
What'd you do with the
Not
Wacky
anymore, Joe.
What'd you do with the Wheeler
I
guy?
retired. Everybody thinks I'm the Wacky Wheeler, and by proxy, maybe I am.
Even Kenny thinks.
But you're
apparently.
retired now.
I retired, yeah. You know, when the fair got canceled last year,
Right.
after doing 29 years on that stage, and, you know, kind of sitting around waiting to see if all my work went away, which it did.
Yep.
And I'm basically a lazy person.
Right.
And you choose an art like juggling, which, as you get older, realizes it never ends. You have to train.
Right, you have to practice.
All the time.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. Can anybody out here name a famous juggler? You know, we're
Who?
Emery.
Sean Emery.
Sean Emery.
mighty nice of you. You know, and we go to these festivals with all these variety artists.
Right.
And, you know, people get about 37 and they get bitter.
Yeah.
You know, and generally they do. But jugglers get really bitter going, I thought I'd be a star. And,
Yeah.
and I would always be the one to go, you're a juggler, man.
Yeah.
You have more chance for fame as a magician or a ventriloquist.
Right.
And you see that nod of approval right there.
Strangely enough, Kenny's been bitter since he's been about 17, so he
Well, that
was
was-
early.
It doesn't pay very well
No,
either.
but that's always been you. At least you are you.
Can you be lured out of retirement?
I don't know. You know, I was listening to your podcast from yesterday. The Surly guys, or whoever it was interviewing you. And you were saying you don't think you would ever officially retire.
Right.
And then you kind of went back and talked about your halcyon days with the Olympics, with the
Right.
Miracle on Ice,
Right.
and, you know, being a newspaper reporter, and then that kind of shifting in the radio
Right.
and now into a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, my journey's been kind of the same thing. And in a sense, you know, besides being lazy,
Right.
I wanted to leave some work for the young kids that maybe need the work more than me. You know, I mean, look at this crowd, people watching a podcast.
Yeah.
There's people on stage up there right now that have less of an audience, and they're out there going, love me! You know. And you guys just come out, and you know, and Joe, I got to tell you, and I don't know if you folks know it, but over the years, I've come down to the show from when it was
Every time.
Garage Logic,
Yep.
and the first time I got asked down, I got to be honest, I didn't really know what that was all about.
Right.
So I went home and listened.
Right.
And came down, and you know, I got one of these out of you. And people went, you did great. You got Joe to laugh. But the best thing was, of all the places I've done promo at this fair, Joe would always come back, shake my hand. The rookie, like you said, never has a bad day.
Right.
You know, it's every day is the 4th of July.
Right. Sometimes that can be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd have these
sometimes.
private moments with
When you're doing a kidnapping story or something like that, I try to find these silver linings.
Right.
The best part was sitting back there for 20 minutes with Patrick Royce on his computer.
Yeah.
And I learned not to say anything, and he'd turn around and go, "You look like a sideshow." And I go, "I got him. You just have to sit quietly."
I'm trying to write.
I'm trying to write.
What's that? How does that juggle thing work? What are you throwing stuff up in the air and catching it?
I thought that was him.
Yes, sir.
And you guys all. And this is the only spot I ever got any swag. I get the rookie rag. You gave me that. I got a couple of the gold medals.
I would hope so. Are you in the Hall of Fame? I think you are.
Yes, sir.
Garage
What a
Logic Hall of
question to
Fame.
ask. Of course,
Well, the
he is.
State Fair.
I didn't keep the
No,
roster.
the Garage Logic
Hall of
Medal
I
of
am.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's you should have worn your medal. That's the least you could have done.
Well, there was a trivia question in the State Fair paper. I am the longest running consecutive performer, or I should say I was. I'm just a quitter now.
all right.
At the State Fair. And now I just come in and I announce the 2 o'clock parade
Oh, you
up in
do.
the Baldwin Park area. So I still feel like I have a little part. And I've often told people, I said, people think that's easy. No one knew I did it. You got to read the script. You got to give it a little color.
Absolutely.
Like the haunted house comes by and I go, ooh. The haunted house, Minnesota State Scare. And then the next float might be, oh, hey, everybody, it's the Minnesota Ovarian Cancer Alliance.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to give everything a tone.
Audio corner.
It can't be too happy and it can't be too sad. It's got to be kind of.
Is there a parade today?
Oh, well, I believe there will be. This isn't enough rain.
No, it's not raining. It doesn't rain in GL.
The whole thing is seeing what marching bands will march in full regalia.
Right. Right. And they would like this because this is a nice, cool day.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank you guys for always making it comfortable
Thank
down
you.
here.
You're not done
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming down to the year after year after year. You bring the suitcase.
You need to get a swivel seat.
No, you're okay. You don't have to turn. You're going to turn your back on me. These guys have for many years.
Swag.
We can't let this guy leave the stage. He has to go out and he has to at least do one thing. Can you juggle
5
rain pouches?
Rain pouches. Come on.
All right.
No,
look,
don't give me that high road.
This is like asking you guys to do your show with a megaphone.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. How about if I take this chair out there and balance it on my chin?
No.
All right.
No,
Would that-
I don't want you to do
he can do that.
Yeah,
He can
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Watch him. He does it.
I mean,
Oh, mere
they
child's
suck.
play.
They're
See,
plastic.
he hasn't practiced.
Okay, that's enough.
Use
Uh,
Joe's
this-
cell
No,
phone.
you're not going to use my phone. No.
Take it.
Don't do anything where you're going to hurt yourself.
He's not going to hurt himself. He's a professional.
Made me nervous every year. Every year.
What fun is it if he doesn't hurt himself? Right there.
Wow.
Right there.
He's balancing her on his chin, ladies and gentlemen.
Ow. Is he bleeding?
No.
Right there, he's hanging.
He what?
Let's do that again, but give me those rain pouches.
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
There are limits. There are some limits. That is not a light chair. That's a solid
You
wood
okay,
chair.
too?
That's a heavy chair.
The thing is, I still got the skills. I juggle once a week.
Yeah.
And just
You mean at home, just for your amusement?
Because I had to juggle every day.
Right.
Juggling is it's an athletic sport. And again, no one cares. But you have to go on stage and juggle well. But if you juggle too well, people go, well, he's probably born doing that. That just looks too easy. So I'll throw a drop in.
Right.
To create that moment of tension.
Right.
And then the crowd goes, ugh. And I'd always go, let's think about all the ones I caught. Yeah. Let's not focus on the one.
Now, I will say this.
But it's a drop of your doing. You set it up that way.
If my show has been good to that point.
Right.
Because as a juggler, you go in, like if I've already had a couple of bobbles going, okay, you have to step aside. And, I could talk about, and if people see jugglers juggle and we have a big drop and we have to look at the crowd and go, it's okay. But inside your psyche is torn apart.
yeah,
There's a dialogue going on. Go, what a loser. You should quit.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Kind of like when I introduced you as the Wacky Wheeler. Kind of like the same thing.
It really doesn't.
Yeah. You live
People
with that for the rest
People
of
are
your life.
more excited to see the Wacky Wheeler.
Yeah.
After the show, Kenny will be back there very depressed that he thought you were the Wacky Wheeler and be complaining to us. Won't you? Admit it.
Why didn't you give me crib
Will.
notes?
He'll be back there going, God,
Wacky-
I'm so stupid.
Wacky hurt his back
stupid.
after all those years.
Did he?
But, you know, it's like listening to you talking on that podcast. And now that I'm retired, I don't really know what's ahead of me. I've been, you know, I'm a former clown with Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. I was 1979 Clown College.
Yep.
Was on that show, The Red Unit, from 1980 to 82. And once Ringling closed its doors, people got a lot more interested in it. So I'm trying to write.
Okay.
But I'm a lazy writer.
Right.
You know, but I do realize you got to sit down and just start writing.
Right.
You just got to start
Can't
typing.
really avoid it if you want to write.
No, you can't sit there and think too much. So I'm
Right.
just taking moments of my experience in the show, and most of them aren't out there performing. The best moments were the backstage moments, just moments amongst clown. You know, why would a clown be a clown? Well, we all live with a sense of self-loathing.
Right.
We hate ourselves.
Oh, boy.
You must be Catholic.
I am
understand that.
Catholic.
Yeah, well, there you are. I called that one right off
Yeah,
the bat.
Exactly. You know, a bad Catholic, but, you know, living on guilt. and a clown in the circus, you know, you clown your best days when you kind of you're hungover, you're in a rage.
Yeah.
And
Nothing like a raging clown.
No, because what you can do is the minute you step out in the arena, you go into your thing and you can take all that energy and all those feelings and sort of transpose that
Right.
into something happy for the crowd. And us getting a laugh like someone going, or even the guy with the head nod. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
What else can
I
you
mean,
do?
I came down here for dialogue.
Sean, I had in the early days of the fair, I had a guy over here who was the owner of, at the time, it was the world's largest pig.
Oh, yeah.
Very big pig. And he brought his wife. And they sat
Here
right
we go.
here. And I would say, well, Sam, how much is this? This pig must really eat a lot. And Sam would go. I said, Sam, we're on the air. You got to help me here. You got to talk verbally, you know. And then I'd say, Sam, how long have you had this pig?
Shoulders shrug.
That's the pig.
Yeah. So I know what you mean.
No, it's interesting. And, you know, and having done that stage for so many years, you know, you become a master. I'm 63 now. What I've become a master of is you guys know, if you watch an act come on stage and you're sitting there waiting, hoping nothing happens, you can just sit down and put your feet up and look at all the free stuff you got. The stuff you'll never use, but you want it. Right. And here comes an entertainer on stage, and you're like, oh, really? And, you know, if a guy or gal comes out and they don't look like they want to be there, then why would you want to be there?
Right.
So what happens is I'll speak for myself, pump myself up every year. And I would always start in January for this fair, because this fair would be at the end of my summer run.
Right.
So I come and do 12 days, all 12 days, with an audience. My audience is a lot like yours. You know, it proves if you play somewhere long enough and they like you once. A Minnesotan is a creature of tradition. Of all the state fairs I've done, no fair has tradition like this. It's more of a strange, gated community.
I figured
than
it
a
out.
fair.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
In a world that increasingly makes no sense.
Makes no sense. This is where the good is.
This makes sense right here.
You know,
Afghanistan. Did that make sense?
None.
no.
Is the economy making sense?
Nothing.
Is politics making sense?
I love boomer talk.
Yeah.
You know, I've taken
This makes sense.
I have taken my car keys and sort of handed them over and said, I'm going to jump in the back seat with my seatbelt off. You go ahead and drive. I'll go with you, but I really don't care.
Kenny's also done that at many different parties as well.
Well, this
Different
is
thing,
the longest goodbye in state fair
It
history,
is, but
isn't it?
I do want to say one thing. As a former clown, hired by Fun Characters, I think it was way back when. It was always you always questioned yourself. Maybe you worked the overnights, midnight to 8 a.m. Went home, slept for 2 hours, then had to put your clown makeup in the middle of July, hop in the 82 Olds Omega,
It had no
drive
oil
out to
in it.
Minnetonka. It had no air conditioning,
Right.
and it's 95 degrees.
So all that stuff's running.
You can see in the rearview mirror, it's starting to run. And so then you start to sweat because it's running. Cars are pulling up going, hey, you're an effing clown, what's up? And you just kind of sink lower and lower. Then you arrive at the Minnetonka estate and they open the door for the birthday party, and you can see the disappointment already. They didn't. I thought we paid more for this than, you know.
we ain't getting our money's
The
worth.
tears of a clown were real at that point.
No, you know what they did when you knocked on the door? They looked at you and they went, "Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right."
But I will say this: we were out in Boston a year or two ago. It was on a.
Is this a long story?
No, it's not. But it's going to help. It was an open area. Where were we?
Well, don't ask me.
Okay. All right. Well, but there was a street performer there.
Right.
And he was performing, and he was excellent. And you know what he was doing?
Juggling.
Everything Sean Emery has done.
Really?
And I went up to him after and I said, I got to tell you, I'm from Minnesota, and there's a guy that does the Minnesota State Fair, and his name is Sean Emery. And he smiled right away. And he said he had trained under you, and he wasn't as good as you. He's a lot younger, but that's a compliment to you.
Better looking.
Well, he was, a little younger too. But across the country, I didn't realize that you've trained so many people to do this stuff and to carry on your career, or you're giving them a career by training them.
Well, I charged them.
Well,
I would hope
he said
so.
the SOB wasn't cheap, but he knew what he was doing.
Get your notepad out, because I'm only going to tell you this first spiel once about being a performer.
Right.
I mean, over the years on that stage, I'd have local young juggling kids come up and go, how do I get the spots you got? Mm-hmm. And I go, well, kid, but that face you just gave me, you got a lot of work to do. And you might be a really hot little amateur juggler, but you got no personality. You got nothing else. It's like, if you've seen my show up there enough.
Yep.
I mean, the juggling is the tool to get out. The rest of it is kind of frightening Minnesotans.
It really is.
I mean,
I'm worried every year here, man.
Yeah.
Every year I worried.
But it's engaging the crowd, because when I first moved here, I went to the Ren Festival and watched all the jugglers, and they were kind of going, well, hello, everybody, and I sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm gonna juggle some wet white packs now. Now they're a diameter of about a 1 1/3 inch, and they look to be about 7 inches by about 3.5, and I think it weighs 117 grams. So just sit back and relax. And people would get up and walk out of the show, and they didn't follow them. They didn't say anything. I saw a lot of that, and I was coming from New York City because I street performed there.
Yeah.
After coming as a clown out of the circus, and street performing in New York City. That's a street fight. It's you against them. And in the beginning, I was out there going, hey, guys and gals, stop. I'm going to do a little show in New York.
Yeah.
So I learned to just sit there, put all my props out, light a cigarette, just flip these 2 cups. And people go, you going to do anything? I go, no, keep walking, Sammy. Nothing happening here.
Just throw something in the tip jar and keep walking.
You do nothing, and you give them a little lip, and then the crowd starts to form.
Oh, yeah.
And you make no eye contact with them at all. You just keep sitting there. And then once you get a number of people in, all right, I'll do you a trick, and you start, and you have to do less. So, but the fair thing was, like, my first street show was horrible, because I was coming off from being a circus clown, where we had an arena full of people with separation.
Right.
You know, like your little plastic stand. No, that is plastic. That's not real change.
Don't charge. Don't storm the castle.
So there was a difference.
That's our barrier for COVID.
Yeah, right there. You go. And you've always had that. And the thing was, after my first show, I went and gave the audience money for watching me. That's how bad it was. Saying, here's 50 cents for you. And you had to learn to do less and work that crowd in. And then you come to a place like Baldwin Park, and the Children's Theater, where I worked for years and stage managed. And as jugglers, we don't want to be stars.
Right.
We're point men.
No, you want to be a star.
No, we don't. We want to be like a right guard or an inside defensive line.
deodorant?
Like, you're going to get the pay, you get the ring if you win the Super Bowl, but you don't have to hang around and do all the interviews.
Right.
You get to go on home.
Yeah.
And what happened here, my thought is that people sat down, they saw my show, dreading it, they sat there through it because they were scared to leave, and they went, that wasn't so horrible.
Right.
And they would come up and tell me that didn't totally suck.
Yeah.
Then they go to the fair and they tell a few people, we saw this old burned out juggler. You should come see it, juggler. Just come up and see it. And they'd see me a second time. And at this fair, if you do something twice, and I know all of you guys have done it, it's kind of on your list for the next time you come to the fair. Mm-hmm. You're going to go do it again. You're going to go eat that one thing. So I would
Sean, you have to stop talking now. It's just because what I'm having is a cartoon bubble of you talking to Marjorie Johnson.
Oh,
that would have
that'd be
been
wonderful.
just fantastic.
That would have been so cool.
The baking lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of talks.
Oh, but who got a word in?
Well, we talked about baking, and I did all the talking, actually.
Okay, all right.
And she would go, yeah.
How much do you make? Yeah.
How much do you make?
Sean, the fair's going to miss you, and we certainly do.
Well, no, I'm still here. I announced the parade. I'm the parade announcer. I just do less. You know what I wanted? I never wanted to disappoint this crowd and come out, and you've interviewed enough performers to see that some of them should have left got out of the business a long time ago.
Interviewed a mime once.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Didn't say a word.
That's the late, great Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, the mime.
Oh, he's not with us,
He is no longer with us, but
Right.
he was a great sport.
They never stop talking backstage. I just sit around going, really?
You give him this mime? Do you give him this one?
They're so lonely. So, it's just, I have this nightmare
They're
about.
so lonely.
They are so lonely.
Sean, let's talk about the 70s.
No.
Bell bottoms, smoking indoors, riding with no seat belts, case of beer right between you, actual knobs and buttons on the dashboard.
Intuitive.
Sliders and slammers.
Long hair,
All
yeah.
right.
Big fat Bob Marley doobies.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to bring that up.
All right.
Double
Sean, thank you.
live-out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, folks, for coming to the fair.
Always been great to know you.
Same here, man.
Yep.
Virgil Flowers, baby.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, thank you. Say, Grunhoffer's has come up
I read all this book.
on the show already. Did you read Mad River?
I did read that.
That's,
Madriver, I believe,
I
is
thought it was
also.
Madriver.
No, it's not Madriver.
Those guys are my favorite.
Say that Scottish Highland, which produces lean beef, Spencer Grunhoffer would be able to answer your questions about that. I wouldn't be surprised if he can even get you some if you needed some. They have sides of beef, hogs, and lambs coming in a couple of weeks. They can help you with anything that walks on four legs, so there's your Scottish Highland answer. And they have a side of beef that will save you money and beat the increase in grocery store prices. You know the location. It's right on Highway 61, just north of Hugo. That's the original Spencer Grunhoffer location, and they just opened a new store on Highway 97 in Forest Lake.
3/4 of a mile east of I-35.
3/4 of a mile east of I-35 on 97.
On the south side of 97.
And you made a great run there and kept that from us.
Ate it all before I even got out of the truck. It was gone.
I don't doubt
Gross.
that. I don't
Too
doubt
much
that.
information.
I don't doubt that. It's Grunhoffer's old-fashioned meats for the burgers, the steaks, the meatloaf, the brats. And, of course, now you can even lay in bigger selections and put them in your home freezer, and you'll be beating the prices at the grocery store.
Hey, Joe, really quick. Sean just had another couple of questions for you.
That's fine.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
All right, thank you, jailers. We'll be back shortly with the height people.
That was great.
This was dropped off for you. She didn't know if you had seen it or not from the Wall Street Journal. You got it. Okay. What's the Blues Rippin' Beef? What's the schedule? Princess Kate at Milky Way at 1. Otherwise, it's your news and whatever we like. After this music, call up Tommy B. Tommy Barrett is here. He's got something. So I don't need to grab my No. Where's Tommy? Tommy Barrett. No, I don't know. I know. I saw him before the show. Oh. Have you seen Jerry Hammond? No, I'll see if I can tell. Brooke, we're doing the corn dog. You want? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't That's happening. Yeah, come on. Right. I got it. You start, okay? And then we'll just jump in. Okay? In A, right?
Yes. Kenny, I love you.
Wacky Wheeler, come on out, Wacky.
All right. You can all go straight to. I'm not listening to you.
I'm the wacky wheeler.
Yeah. All right, I've heard enough. God.
Are you guys ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just.
We're waiting.
Hold on 1 second, Johnny. Oh boy, am I gonna be? Come on here, don't do this to me. All right. Ready, Johnny?
Say when.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. You ain't getting this anywhere else.
Little Bob Marley for
Yeah,
us.
a little bit.
No? Stir it up?
It's not stir it up. Stir it up.
No, it's, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Something ain't right.
No, this is no song anybody ever wrote before, remember?
It's got a raga feel.
Thank you, boys. Always fantastic.
Joe, who's on bass?
First,
Who's on bass?
Kurt.
Kurt's on bass. Remember yesterday, Joe, how I told you I'm a bit scatterbrained during the state fair?
Yes.
And then remember yesterday how off the air I couldn't stop talking about Schoonover Body Works and Glass and what a great job they did to my truck?
Yes.
And yesterday was Positive Thursday. And yesterday I forgot to talk about Schoonover on the air.
Really?
I wrote a review on the internet for the very first time this week. It reads, A+ service, great communication, and flawless work. The detailed job is amazing, and the truck looks as clean as the day it was born. Schoons is the best. Mr. Positive Mike Schooner.
They could clean that crap can?
You wouldn't believe. Joe, there was dried blood in there.
Oh, jeez.
Noah had to clean up my own dried blood. Schoonover
Oh, I
Body
don't want to
Works.
hear that.
Body Works and Glass. They're on County E in Shoreview and Lexington in Shoreview. So I had them on the schedule anyway. They're going to put on a new pair of running boards, a new grill, do an oil change. But then over last weekend, my check engine light came on, and my tranny started acting weird.
Yep.
And I panicked. I knew I was going to be buying a new tranny, $5,000 or more. Turns out it was an oxygen sensor. I got out of there with little or no money spent.
Wonderful.
Schoonover, just unbelievable. Like I said, the real story, it's the detailed job that Noah did.
Noah's the best.
He's got this, he calls it a tornado gun.
Mm-hmm.
It shoots out a mist, a swirling mist that gets in all the cracks. This thing looks better than brand new. It's
Kenny?
absolutely amazing.
When my Jeep was brought over to Schoonover, it was a transformation. I saw what it looked like
Isn't
before.
it unbelievable?
It was unbelievable. It looked like it was right off the show floor.
You know, and I know what Such is thinking right now. Nobody does a better detailed job than me, and I used to think the same thing too. I drove hot rods for a long time. Nobody does it better than Noah.
No, I agree with
at,
that.
At Schoonover
He's
Body
doing it
Works.
all right.
He's just
Yeah, all right.
absolutely amazing. Schoonover, GLers, thank you so much for choosing Schoonover. Their website is schoonoverbodyworks.com.
GLers, our own geologist, Stacy, the GL geologist, is with us. There's Stacy. A little shaker in Texas, and Stacy notes not rare, but not terribly common either. And there appear to be some small fault lines in Texas. And so Mother's swimsuit area has been rumbling 4.2 down in Texas. I note, what are you going to do your news?
I don't know. When do you want me to do my news?
Is the Volk here?
Yeah, Mr. Barrett.
Tommy Barrett?
Volcanus.
Hail the Volk! Hail the Volk! Hail the Volk! Hail the Volk!
The true king of the Winter Carnival.
I haven't seen those red coats this year.
Oh, they're out.
Are they out there?
They're out.
You wanted to tell us something. You apparently have an announcement or something.
Well, just to let you know that Winter Carnival's coming back strong this year. We're going to have the regular parade. We're going to get King Boris, a new Vulcan crew.
Right.
Everything's happening.
What's this on your collar like that?
Well, officially I'm on duty with this guy out here. We're part of the safety team.
Really?
Safety team for the State Fair? Yeah.
The Stumbling safety
Who
team?
made that mistake?
Well, it's a long story, but it's a good one. But no, if anybody trips, falls, right, we're trying to get. I work the East End, but today I'm.
Why do you think he's by this booth, Joe? Right here. He's making sure you escort back to the shuttle.
Officially, I'm doing a safety check. So I got a couple of loose cords here. We're going to clean that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
You were the Volcanus Rex in 2004.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. Great year. We had the Ice Palace.
Yep.
All-Star hockey game came to town.
Right.
Along with people from all over the world.
Right.
Came to St. Paul. So.
Always good to see you, Volk.
Well, and you've been a Grand Marshal a number of parades.
Oh, yeah.
Rook, not so much.
No, not so much. It's, yeah.
Have you found my luggage yet?
No, we're still working on that. My friend at the airport is it's still having some trouble getting through customs.
There you go. And the medal, Smithsonian Museum called, so I donated.
Your Hall of Fame medal?
The Hall of Fame.
Wow. Really?
There you go.
Yeah.
So.
All right, thank you.
All right. Good to see you.
Good luck. Hail
Good
the
to see you.
Volk.
Hail the Volk. Hail the Volk. Thank you, Tommy.
Our Mr. Safety Man.
See, I noted that Saturday, on the grounds of the state capitol in Minnesota, there's going to be a diversity celebration.
Sure.
And I got to thinking, why wouldn't you just do it here, where the diversity is organic?
Right.
It's everywhere you look.
True.
Why do we have to have a special one, I wonder? It's to acknowledge that we're a diverse city. And there you have it. It's be a big diversity festival. And I just thought, well, isn't that what the state fair is?
It really is. You see all shapes and sizes, races, income levels. There's really it's a melting pot.
There's a term I've never heard before. A melting pot.
Yeah, I was working on that last night. I was trying to find the right phrase.
And I want to remind people that down in front here is a Bentelli e-bike, courtesy of EcoFun Motorsports on Highway 61 in Forest Lake. You can register 3 ways to win this Bentelli e-bike with 5 levels of electric assist. You can register right here while you're at the podcast. You scan your QR code, if you know what that means, on the side next to the bike.
Most people do, Joe.
If you know what that means, you are ahead of Joe.
That's right. I have no idea what that means.
And this bike is invisible, so if you can't see it, you don't have to get your eyes checked.
And you can register at the GL merchandise booth, or you can register online at garagelogic.com. EcoFun Motorsports is on Highway 61 in downtown Forest Lake. They also have the gas-powered scooters that turn urban errands into adventures, full line of Yamaha equipment, youth recreational equipment, helmets, apparel, and great service, great help. You'll leave there with the right size bike.
Excellent.
Yep.
I think you're right. How many can you scan QR codes, Joe?
Sure.
Can you?
Yes, only because my kids have showed me how to do that.
A show of hands here, GLers. How many people can scan a QR? Oh my!
Well, pretty much everybody.
It's just me and you, Joe.
I didn't hear what Stacy said.
She's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do with your camera.
What would I do it for?
Really?
It brings you to a link to the website.
Oh.
And then you fill it in.
That's voodoo.
If you go
He's
to
a hell of a pitch man, isn't he, folks?
If you go to Sam's Club,
come on up and take your shot at winning this bike.
Yeah, look at some. Now everybody's trying it. Amazing.
If you go, when I go to Sam's Club to go pick up some things,
yes,
I pull up my Sam's Club app, I pull up my QR code, and as I walk through Sam's Club, I punch it in there and put it in the cart. And when I leave, I bypass the cashier, walk right out. She blinks my receipt. I'm done.
Also at the merchandise
Joe doesn't care.
counter,
Yeah, right.
I really don't.
Plowing right through the show.
Meanwhile, Joe's looking for the correct change. 35, 40.
The red mic is open. If someone does have a Garage Logic question for the mayor,
no, we're not.
It's an open mic.
No, I have plants here.
No, I know, but I'm just saying somebody might have a question about.
Is this your show?
Especially if he's doing an ad, feel free to interrupt.
Right here at the merchandise counter for GL, we're selling those window clings for $5 each. Dennis Kirk is sponsoring. It's either the GL logo or the GL University cling. All net proceeds from the sale of the clings will be donated to the Minnesota Military Appreciation Fund. If we sell out 5,000 clings, GL will make a donation of more than $20,000 to the Minnesota Military Appreciation
In
Fund.
fact, Joe, you can't see it, but on the screen on our Facebook feed, Paul just sent in a note saying, I have an agent purchasing GL clings today. Excited to get them in my car windows.
Wonderful.
And a lot of people are checking in from all over the country again. Boy, do we have great listeners. Pat, help me out. Columbia Falls, Montana, Boca Raton, Florida, Sweden. John's checking in from Sweden right now.
What happened to the gal driving? You mentioned it to us a day or two ago.
Oh.
Is she here? The girl, the woman who drove here from New York?
Who drove here?
Are you
Peoria, Arizona, the Queen City, Bozeman, Montana, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Come on.
Gee whiz.
Wichita, Kansas. A lot of
Bozeman,
dealers
you know
checking
who
in.
that is, don't you?
Yeah.
That's Scott Matura.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. Let me put that there, and then let me look at this. We're going to have Princess Kay on today, aren't we?
Princess Kay will be here arriving shortly. Yes.
Can I, speaking of listeners, can I share my story from yesterday that I told
Is
you
it a
about?
town ball?
Is it the one about how smashed you got last night because your wife and kids are out of town?
Let's not go there, shall we?
Oh,
I'm playing hurt today.
Not that
anyway,
story.
so
Never tell Kenny anything.
I know. So I went over to Surly with my friend Ben Quam, who was on the Weekly Scramble with Mike Fratelloni and myself, and Joe was a guest on that show. We go to Surly. It's packed ahead of the Gopher game. A lot of Ohio State fans. I see two gentlemen handling the Garage Logic bag, like this gentleman is right in front of us here. And I said, "Oh, you guys fans?" He said, "Huge fans." They drove up here from Columbus, watched the show yesterday, and then went to the Ohio State Gopher game last
Really?
night.
Wow. Really?
A couple Ohio State fans. Really cool guys.
Did you see anything else interesting at Surly's?
I did. They have a nice hazy IPA, Joe.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they? All right.
I saw several of them.
Do you know that the State Fair?
well put, Christopher.
Do you know that the State Fair gives best awards?
I do know that.
I did not know that. The 2021 Best Awards. These are 13 winners from nearly 1,000 commercial exhibitors, concessions, attractions, and food and beverage vendors. And you know what the #1 winner was? Angry Minnow.
Perfect.
Angry Minnow cough drops.
Vintage.
You'll never cough again.
They sell a variety of vintage custom apparel and accessories. It's in the West End Market.
There's a Angry Minnow store on Highway 65, so I bet it's associated
Probably.
with
That's followed by Baba's. That's unique hummus bowls.
Yeah, I want to try one of those. Those look really good.
And Bailey Builds, we had them as guests. They make art. What the hell's wrong with my throat?
Do you need to wet your whistle here?
No, I got water right here. They make art out of reclaimed wood.
Yes, we had them on the show. I believe it was Sarah and Andy.
Yeah, and you kept asking which one was Bailey.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Gopher State Expositions and Equinox, Go Serve Global, Hanging Garden, the Hideaway Speakeasy, Kim O's Concession and Lean and Toss, Latitude Studios. We had them on too, didn't we?
Correct.
They turn the shipping containers into places. Rutana's Hot Apple Dumplings, Solemn Concessions, Cheese Curds and Mini Donuts, and Tinsley Amusements, Charlie Copper, and Waterstone Fire Tables.
Wait, the shipping container people, what's the name of their company?
Latitude
Oh.
Studios.
You know, I saw a picture of the winners, and I thought I recognized them. I'm not going crazy.
No.
So isn't that funny, though, that I chose two champions to be on the front porch?
Good job,
Yes.
Matthew.
I chose two winners.
I think
It
one,
wasn't just random.
I believe one is
No.
approaching us as we speak.
It was random.
Come here, dummy.
Oh, another winner.
Listen.
These two,
let's
right?
bring up.
These two, right? All right.
Princess Kay of the Milky Way.
Come right up.
Come on up, Princess Kay.
Oh wow.
Maybe can she get over our barrier, our COVID barrier? Yeah. Hi, Princess Kay.
Just want headphones or a handheld?
No, we'll put headphones on her. You're the 68th, and your name is. I'm going to see if I can pronounce it correctly. Your name is Anna Yearly.
Close.
What is it?
Early.
Early.
Yes.
Anna Early. Where are you from, Anna?
I'm from Litchfield, Minnesota.
Yep.
And Meeker County.
And you are the 68th Princess Kay of the Milky Way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, does this mean you take a year off from whatever else you've been doing?
Not necessarily. I'm still able to do quite a bit while I'm during the course of my reign. I'm actually a college student, and I'm still helping on my family's farm and then another farm not far from my home.
Where do you go to school?
Bridgewater College in Wilmer.
Okay. And what year are you going to be this fall?
This is my second year at Bridgewater, so I'll actually graduate in December.
What do you want to be? What do you want to pursue?
I'm actually an agribusiness major, so my career dreams are to be a milk inspector for the state of Minnesota with USDA.
Really? What would the milk inspector do?
So I would be able to travel from farm to farm, inspecting basically the facility that the milk travels through, making sure everything is running correctly, it's cleaned correctly, and just making sure that the milk that we're consuming is of the utmost quality.
Well, you are genuinely a dairy queen then. You are terribly interested in the whole industry, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So obviously you work on a dairy farm. How many head you running there?
So on my family's farm, we milk 80 cows, but I'm also involved, with 2 other farms. One milks 30 cows and the other milks 600 cows.
Oh my goodness, you're very busy. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. You've been doing this your whole life.
Yes, yeah, but this is my first time working with 3 different farms.
What made you decide to attempt to become Princess K of the Milky Way?
It's always been a dream of mine, and I think it's a very unique program to be involved with. My sister was actually a finalist when I was 2 years old.
Really?
Yes, so I've been involved in the program for quite a while, and so this was kind of my next logical step, I guess, and so to kind of make dreams come true.
We've always had Princess K from the Milky Way on at every state fair because she is a champion. This is not a runner-up. This is the champion.
Here.
We only have champions here.
How is the relationship with the runner-up? Is there some tension, or are we?
No,
we're
not
okay?
at all.
Backstabbing,
If you've seen our crowning picture, actually, when the past Princess K puts the crown on my head, everybody's face is just like pure excitement. So
Right.
no, there's definitely no bad blood between
And did
us.
you sit for the traditional butter carving?
Yes.
And so that's going to be in the freezer someplace, and then you'll ruin it with cobs of corn maybe at some party someday.
That was my original plan, but I actually was sculpted by Linda Christensen, who has sculpted for 50 years.
That's right. You were her last one, weren't
Yes.
you?
That's quite a distinction.
Yeah.
It really is. And so to have my butterhead be her final sculpture is quite historic. So my plan was a corn feed, but I think that might be derailed for a couple years.
I just think it would be terribly frightening for someone who didn't know to be in your house and open the freezer and see a big butterhead. That would terrify me.
Don't worry, we keep it covered up.
All right.
And you won't be inviting Joe over anytime soon, so it must be a problem.
There's a head in
Right.
here. Well, Anna, you're early. Thank you. You're 19.
Yes.
And you have a year's reign ahead of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just fantastic to meet you.
Will you be in the parade today?
I will be in the parade too
Wonderful.
with
Probably
my
your next stop.
finalists.
Give us
Yes.
your best parade wave
I
right
will
here
do
now.
so. Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right.
That's
Jot that
Professional.
down.
Professional.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Anna.
And what did you bring us? You brought us a chocolate.
Yes, I brought a chocolate malt and our flavor of the fair malt. Our flavor of the fair this year is You Betcha Berry. So it is a triple berry malt. It has raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries.
They have
Wonderful.
no shot of making it through the next break.
Right.
In fact, we'll take a break and return with Johnny Height.
Very good.
Not
Thank you.
only on guitar, but on news.
Thank you, Princess K.
Thank you,
Yes,
Princess
thank
K
you.
of the Milky Way.
Put some in some cups.
You still have 3? We're gonna probably have to do a couple more because I've got 2 as well. So we're probably gonna do a couple more then because I have a couple as well. So it's fine.
So
Yeah.
in or out? Inside or outside?
No, just do it as we're coming back.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Is it misting or raining? Misting.
Oh, now he does. I already spread them out. He's a really smart, well-minded boy. All right. All right, everybody.
I have to tell the story of what Kurt told me.
You mean Joe?
No, Kurt.
About your book?
Yeah.
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 You guys ready?
No, we're not, because we don't even know what song we're doing yet. So.
Oh. Well, John, figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
Do a Clash song.
You good to go, Johnny?
What's that song
Yeah,
we
we're
used to
good.
play? That Clash song we used to play that starts with a bass riff.
I don't know.
Matthew would know it.
It was.
I got a great spiral candle idea. Rook,
Yeah.
are you doing an ad for them today? All right, I'll tell you when I hear you do it.
We're gonna have to do a few more segments.
Yeah.
Johnny, you ready?
Yeah, you ready? Just let me know when. Go.
Has Kenny got something?
Should I go cold or what?
See what I have to deal with.
Yes. Let's just go cold with Kenny.
Oh, okay. Then we'll do after him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? All right.
Kenny's going to do spot.
I'm
and
doing
cold.
it cold, and then they'll start.
Yeah.
Who's starting? Who do I give the nod to?
Me.
I'm just rolling. I don't care.
You're rolling?
Just roll, yeah. That's-
All right, here we go. MapleGroveLockandSafe.com. That's the web address. 6901 East Fish Lake Road. That's the street address in Maple Grove. Rich, he's the owner. Liberty Safe. That's the best built safe in the country. Also made in this country, by the way. The only other thing you really need to know, big sale going on through today. State Fair sale. Today only, and it's actually been going on all week. But if you run in there today, you tell Rich you heard me talking about safes and Garage Logic. You'll get 15% off selected safes. That's a pretty great deal from a great guy. Rich is the man. Liberty Safe is the safe that's going to best fit your needs. I've been lauding the benefits of Liberty Safes for quite a while now on GL. And Maple Grove Lock and Safe, absolutely the best place in the metro to pick it up. And truth be told, it's all because of Rich. He's the guy. He's going to help you through the process. Make sure you go home happy. So be sure to mention me or Such or Rookie. Just don't mention John Haidt for any reason. And you'll get 15% off selected inventory from Rich at MapleGroveLockandSafe.com.
guitar face, Johnny. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You must have learned that from Dylan, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Nice, Johnny.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. Can
Very nice, John.
Can
Thank
you
you.
guys do something from Dylan's work with Dylan Reese?
Dylan, can we? I don't know.
I mean, are you allowed to?
Well, why not?
Well, let's hear just a little
Well,
of that. It's so great.
What do you got for a key? Anything you can play? Either of the two, What key? E? E, Kurt, apparently.
Oh, you're putting him on the spot,
I know.
Such.
I know.
Yeah.
But he's going places. He'll handle it.
Well, yeah, Dylan will. I'm worried about our guy Johnny here.
Okay, while you're preparing this, let me tell you a quick story that Kurt told me. His daughter's a sophomore at Yale, and she was in the Library of Classics and
Put on the headphones, Kurt.
Listen to this.
No, she's was touring the library on Tuesday and was getting ready to go look. She wanted to be in the rare books and transcripts section, which opened on Wednesday. And I said, "Oh, look and see if Joe Souchere's Waterline book is in there." And she goes, "Well, I'll look it up." And it popped up on the screen. They got it both in hardcover.
It's in
and
Yale.
A downloadable. Version.
I didn't make 12 cents on that thing. It's at Yale.
Why did you
it's
have
at Yale.
to tell him that, Kurt? Oh, jeez.
Boy, am I honored.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
You're honored.
I'm in the Failed Academy.
The Failed Academy,
I'm in the
and
Failed
you're
Academy
honored.
with a
Oh,
book.
you sold out faster than I thought you ever would.
Yeah.
It's obviously a great mistake. It's something. There must be a glitch in the system that would make it into Yale.
It's a weird story, man. I don't know how that happened.
Maybe it's just the soft. It was a story about dads and boats, right?
Yeah.
Waterline. Was the tagline?
But it's got white males in it and everything. You'd think Yale would have rejected that.
Well,
true.
It actually is a good read, but
that's fun.
Don't
man.
tell anybody I said that.
What are we going to do here, boys? Can't hear you. Harmony. And John, introduce this. Explain what we're about to hear.
Well, Dylan he works with a fella in California by the name of Dylan Reese. If you haven't checked out this stuff, they're really good songs. Dylan Reese writes the lyrics, and my Dylan here plays all the instruments, drums, guitars, keyboards, etc. There's two songs for sure that I know of. There's probably more than that, but there's two on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you want to go. One is called Harmony. I think that's what we're going to play at this point.
You are.
Harmony. And the other one is All Your Fault. All Your Fault. So
right.
Dylan Reese, R-E-E-S-E. Check those out. They're very good.
All right.
And that's what we're going to do.
You're just going to give us a taste of Harmony, right?
Yeah, and it's going to. Kurt, I don't know if Kurt's even heard this, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
It's just E and F sharp minor and something else. I don't know. So basically, I'm just going to stand here and watch.
You know what John just said? Go get him, fellas.
Go get him, fellas. Exactly.
Hold on tight, Kurt. Here we go.
So this is Harmony.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's enough. Huh?
John, I take back every awful thing I've ever said about you. Seriously, there's nothing more fun than musicians playing something just off the cuff that they've never played together before.
Well, even Kurt figured
way to
it
go,
out.
dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome,
That's
John.
just fantastic.
You did a great job.
That was
absolutely
fun.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was
I don't know
really
if you guys
cool.
could hear that, but in the midst of all this, my amp was blowing up. Could you hear that?
I did
I
hear
sure
a
could,
some
John.
There's an
I was
issue
too
there,
busy
so,
watching Dylan to tell Kurt that we're in A. Now we're going to B. Now we're going back to A. That was so
Why you went
cool.
like this, like C, like we're going to C now.
See? So is your amp toast?
I don't know. We'll find out after the news.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Say the chief writes, "Good day, Mr. Mayor. Thanks to the entire Boathouse staff for an enjoyable week from the Knack Hardware and Lounge. The live stream with great music, terrible jokes. The same old one-liners were a much-needed break from the insanity we are surrounded by on a daily basis. I highly doubt I'm the only GLer replaying episodes just to hear the great tunes from this week. GLers up north should look up Jeff Dayton. He'll be playing in Alexandria in April of 2022.
Oh.
And PK Mayo plays in downtown GL right off Highway 61 at the Manitou Grill periodically. Enjoy the scramble. I'll be watching from home, but I'm still a little blurry-eyed from the 120 ounces of fun I had last Friday. Grun for lunch, Reds for dinner, the Chief."
I had a lot of fun with Chief and Andy and Shar and Maddie on Friday after the show. We had a lot of fun.
I don't see a lot of GLers that are ready for this scramble. I see a couple of half-filled cups of brew out there, but scramble's coming pretty soon. You better be ready.
It is.
He not only did he blow up his amp, I think he blew up his
I
laptop.
appear to be jinxed. My laptop now isn't working.
Really?
Amp's not working.
All right. Does that mean you can't play anything more for us?
We'll see during the break.
You know who is working? Moon Motorsports.
All right.
They're a short drive from right here. They're celebrating 50 years as a family-owned and operated multi-line dealership up in Monty, not Cello, Monty. And when you arrive, you're going to walk through those cathedral doors, and you're going to be blown away by this showroom. More brand offerings in this building than any other regional dealership. So make sure you stop by. Take it all in. See the latest models. Honda, Polaris. Are you counting? I'm at 2.
Yep.
Yamaha, Can-Am, BMW,
Ford.
Triumph, Ducati, KTM, Husqvarna, and Skidoo. They've got them all up there. 10 units. New units arriving daily. And it's because of this deep inventory featuring 10 different manufacturers that Moon Motorsports, they're going to be able to locate and find some of those rarer, hard-to-find machines. If you see something around town, or out here at the fair, stop into Moon and ask them about it. They're going to be able to help you with their on-site brand experts. You can also check out the wide range of machineries online at moonmotorsports.com, including next year's bikes and sleds. They're all at Moon.
You know, since John is having such a technical issue with his news, this is a perfect time for me to tell a town ball story.
No.
John, this is
I'll make news up if I have to.
This is karma coming back to haunt you for your
What did I do?
off-air mockery of me.
I'm sorry.
You know, China has done something. I'm not a fan of China, and you could never get away with it here. But they're limiting children to 3 hours of online a week. They're limiting children to 3 hours of online
I thought it was gaming. Yeah, that's
a
right.
week.
Okay, that's what I thought I read too.
You know, they're commies and they can get away with this. But I happen to think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, get those kids off the screens. Three hours of online gaming a week.
Yeah, but it's China, so what is their final motive?
Well, to brainwash them for something.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you see
But
through
do you
that.
do you buy into the theory? And this was a theory that was floated maybe 5-6 years ago, that these kids that are doing all these gaming things are going to be good pilots, or their hand-eye coordination is going to be very well because they've done all this action game on video games.
Well, here it is. The gaming restrictions are part of an ongoing crackdown on technology companies amid concerns that technology firms, many of which provide ubiquitous messaging, payments, and gaming services, may have an outsized influence on society.
Okay.
Well, they're right, but they're commies, so I can't get too
Yeah,
excited.
so there's another motive there somewhere.
Last month, authorities banned companies that provide tutoring in core school subjects from making a profit, wiping out billions in market value from online education companies such as TAL Education and Gaotu Tech2. Whatever. I just, I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged by any efforts any adult makes to keep a kid's exposure to the screen as minimal as possible.
Yeah.
Right. I'm seeing a 10-month-old swipe a phone. Come on.
In fact, I
That
think
ain't healthy.
I have their online campaign right here.
Do you?
It combines class winning
That's
and
it.
leading,
There it is.
technology and stuff with
But-
Wi-Fi powered by OnStar.
Such, how long you can't fight? I mean, this is the future is here, and
No, I
this
know,
is the
I know,
future. And
I know.
What is really bad about the 10-month-old swiping the screen? I mean, the kid's going to be swiping the screen for the rest of its life. May as well get a start early.
Yeah. Well, plus you can't read anything on it anyway, so. I guess I'm not that concerned now that you've
Such, I'm
admonished
doing
me.
one of these, Such.
I know you are.
So
I know you are.
just
I'm not
try
even going to look at you.
Try to play along.
Do you have, Jerry Hammer's on his way over, too.
I just checked my email. I emailed him earlier and said, you're welcome anytime. And I just checked, and he said he's on his way.
Do you know
so.
what year this is for Jerry Hammer? His 52nd year in the fairgrounds.
Wow.
Started with a pail and a shovel.
Digging
Anything
under
to
the
stay
fence
in
to
show
get in.
business.
Yes.
Are you ready to go, Height, or is this still a pretend newscast?
I think we may have. No, I'm not ready to go.
All right.
You want that Tomball story?
No.
You know what's great about Jerry Hammer? Watch when he comes in here. He will slide in. You will not know who he is, and he will not have an entourage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. State Fair, Mr. Jerry Hammer, ladies and gentlemen.
I saw you coming, Jerry. I knew it was you. Come on up in here. I knew it was you.
Plus, I want his twins hat. That is sweet.
Hammer time. How are you?
Nice. How are you?
Can we turn his mic on there?
I'll
There
say
we
so.
You pulled it off, Jerry. This is awesome.
A fair.
Yeah.
How relieved are you?
The way the last 18 months have gone for everybody. It's not just us. But if you're in a fair, if you're in a business where you gather people together, we were the first ones out.
Right.
We'll also be the last ones back. And we really didn't know there'd even be a fair until early May of this year.
I always felt, even going into June and July, that I expected that anything could have happened. Did you?
Well,
Did you get a drop dead date after which you knew it would not be closed?
You always cross your fingers. Nobody really saw to any extent, the virus reemerging,
right.
and that changed everything for a whole lot of people everywhere, including us. But once we knew there would be a fair, I was 90% certain we'd need to limit attendance in some way, and the way you do that. Two ways of doing it. One way is to sell tickets in advance and limit per day.
Right.
But it takes a while to roll that out, and a lot of software, a lot of things. You can't do that. You can't decide to do that like 2 weeks ahead of time.
Right.
It takes a while, and that day had passed by a long shot when we got to the beginning of August, and now questions again. The other way to do it is to tell people to stay home, and we did that.
Yes, you did.
I did that in many different ways. If you're not comfortable coming to the fair, please don't.
Right.
Don't. If you're not vaccinated, don't. I was very specific about all of that. And
But they were suggestions and not demands.
well, exactly, because you can't. If you want to do a mandate, you need to effectively enforce it. You can't say it just to feel good.
Right.
A good friend of mine is an usher at the X. She said this spring when the Wild brought crowds back, it was just pure hell because you had to have a mask, but nobody was wearing them. They pick up a cup, or a French fry, lick a little salt off the French fry, and now you're eating or drinking.
Right.
And it's you can say you're doing these things, but unless you can effectively enforce them, which is extremely difficult to do, and I don't know anybody that's really pulled that off yet, then it's just you're better off not doing it at all and asking people. And here, depending on where you are,
some of the buildings, you know, you go up to the art show and it's 70-80% of people are wearing masks there. I have not yet been in a building myself without putting a mask on.
Right,
You know,
okay.
you just want to do the right thing.
In many ways, I have to think this has to be one of your favorite fairs.
It is.
You know what I mean? In the perspective of not having one last year and getting it launched again.
Well, that's the thing, you know, and we've seen this way too much too, you know. Boy, you don't want to go to the fair this year,
Right.
followed by attendance is down.
Right.
From what?
Right.
From last year, we're up infinity percent.
That's right.
Right.
Well, that's
You
That's
beat
a good
last
point.
year's. You beat last year's record. You told me at 6 a.m. August 26th.
6 a.m. opening day, the first one through the gate. We're already ahead of
Ahead of
2020.
last year.
winning.
Yeah, exactly. And just the fact that we're able to do this, there's plenty of room for people. This feels more like a fair from the 1980s.
It does.
Which is just fine, you know. And now the difference is there's a lot more activity up on the north end. Back
Right.
then it was still mostly ag machinery.
Right.
And not a lot of people went up there.
Yeah.
And all the activity then wound up down here.
How
right-
recently was it that you could still drive in here and park your car in the street? Was that in the 70s
boy.
and 80s?
Into the 80s,
most
for sure.
definitely into the 80s.
Because I think 87, we were still, I remember the Keeger Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer coming through here. We would go and park, and there might have been a kid or two in the back with the thing pulled over. But so that was as far back as 87.
Yes.
Jerry's going to bill me for 2 admission tickets now.
Well, can you imagine? That had to limit attendance. The cars took up a lot of space.
They took up a lot of space, and even worse, they were driving through crowds of people.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
yeah,
awful parking
yeah.
in the media lot. It was just awful.
No, Kenny, they park right there.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
You could park anywhere.
In the 80s, the media.
Kenny, you don't remember a lot of stuff from the 80s, so don't pretend.
Okay, you're right.
Jerry, is there a number for attendance that makes it successful or not? Is there a number that you guys have on a per day basis?
Everybody's short-staffed, and we are as well.
Sure.
You know, if we this is a circular way of answering the question. I'll get to it. If we had a normal fair time staff this year, we'd be able to do those really big days. We don't. We're at about 54% of what it takes to have those huge days, and we're better off without them. Actually, the attendance this year is perfect. It's perfect for where we are.
Will 2019 ever be eclipsed in your estimation?
Well, and that's the thing, you know, that and
That's the record.
It's so wrong, you know, that we're in with fairs, with vendors, with everybody involved in events, annual events like this. You're always chasing last year.
Right.
That's like the Everest. That's the Holy Grail.
Yep.
You know, and it might someday, but
Depends
I
if we're going to go into a forever war with a virus.
Well, yeah, but get comfortable with it. You know,
Yeah.
if you're vaccinated, and that's the thing. This is a pandemic right now. However you feel about it, the reality is it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. It's 98.22% of new cases. So if you're not comfortable getting the shot, you know, you might want to rethink that because it is going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
You know, or just do what you need to do and take proper precautions.
What was the key? I don't know if you did if there's research available, but why was 2019 so successful? I don't remember.
It's a number of things. We had going into 2019, so I don't even know how far back. Well, 2014, the year we opened the West End Market, the new Transit Hub, all of that. That was the first. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We had 5 record years in a row on a pretty good trajectory. 2019 spiked up even higher than
just
that.
Amazing.
There was it was just incredible weather. We had one day where it was a little rainy. It was Monday. You know, the first Monday, which is a slow day anyway. We had 7 record days that year, and that's just something that we hadn't. The last time we saw even 5 records in a single year was 1970s.
Wow.
It just doesn't happen. So. That year was that's like the Twins winning 140 games.
Joe's still a little sour about the West End thing because we used to get dropped off about 20 yards from here, and now we have to walk.
That's where the old streetcar is up there. The old streetcar.
That's the one you found in the woods, right?
Yeah.
That's the one in the
rescue?
woods across the street.
Yep.
And as soon as Joe called, well, you did a column, but we talked about it as well. And I talked to the staff that put it over there. I remember when it went out.
Yeah.
You know, it was still, when I was a kid working at the greenhouse, I started working here 1970. So it means I've been
52 years here.
52 years. I've been paying retirement since Woodstock. Because they took it. It didn't matter. You were a 15-year-old kid or you'd been here 30 years. Everybody got on the plan.
I think
back
one of the
then,
featured attractions in one of those record years, Rook, you can help me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was Patrick's colostomy bag that he had to wear out here in
That's right.
2017. That was a featured attraction.
One of the state fair, the freak show. That was the freak show.
Might have helped with attendance numbers.
Jerry wants to see the bag.
Jerry, I've noticed more law enforcement this year than any other. I'm wondering if it's because it was in the news, but it's been pretty cool seeing all the different law enforcement agencies being represented here. I'm kind of a cop lover kind of guy, so I think as far as that little controversy went, it's turned out okay.
It's been trouble-free.
Well, and that, I suppose it was a controversy to some. It was never to us.
Good.
Nor was it to Ramsey County Sheriff's Office or Ramsey County Board. It was.
Right. Yeah.
This is the thing to do, and that's really the model that all big fairs and festivals everywhere around the country do. We had our own police department, which is fine. That worked. But if you have an established law enforcement agency, it's just more cohesive.
Right.
It just takes everything up a notch.
Yeah.
And it sure did. We also have state patrol here for the first time.
Oh, believe me, I find a trooper every day and bend their ear for about 15 minutes till they finally tell me, move along, son, move along.
Go have fun.
Jerry, you're to be congratulated. I'm glad for your sake and your staff you pulled this off. It's been great.
Well, we're so glad that there is a fair this year.
Yep.
Any fair at all is the big thing, and getting people back out. This fair is framed up like a traditional North American agricultural fair, as every little, to the smallest county fair. But this one is so much more, and when you add it all together, it's the old line. The sum is much greater than the total of the parts. What this ultimately is, and people are so. Everybody is so invested in their fair. It's all of our fairs, but it's basically it's just a place we celebrate each other. It's where we celebrate our humanity, and it doesn't matter, who we are, where you're from. We're all together at the fair.
Jerry, thank you.
And
It's
Jerry,
been
I think
fantastic.
Joe's so excited he's committed to do all 12 days of shows out here next year.
Next year, that's a great idea. We'd love to have him.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Jerry Hammer, General Manager of the fair, Executive Vice President.
Congratulations,
Thank you
Jerry.
very much. Let's give Jerry a hand. He
you.
pulled this off, man. All right.
Where's that entourage now? Where's that entourage?
Yeah.
He wasn't driven here. He walked here.
See you, Jerry.
See you, Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you. Say at Schmelz Countryside Volkswagen in Maplewood, right on the southeast quadrant there of Highway 36 and 61, the multi-generational dealership. I've been dealing with them for years and will continue to. 0% right now for up to 36 months on all new Volkswagens, with the exception of the ID4. And 0% for up to 72 months on all Fiat models, and 0% for up to 48 months on Alfa Romeo models. I've enjoyed all three of these marques. I continue to. I love them. Good people, multi-generational dealership. They don't own 40 stores. They put all their heart and soul right into Schmelz Countryside, Volkswagen, Fiat, and Alfa Romeo. Find out more at schmelzvw.com, schmelzfiat.com, and schmelzalfaromeo.com.
All right, we're clear. Johnny, are you good? Johnny. Johnny Height. What? Do you want to test your amp?
Yeah, it's working fine.
You're good?
the very last, following the intro of the scramble.
I just have one up, which I'll do.
Well, do we even need 2 more segments?
Well, yeah, because we don't want it. Yeah. We don't need to do it.
Yeah, fine.
That'd be better.
Fine. Fine.
All right, so here let's just do,
Are we gonna do it, Kenny? Are we gonna do it similar to the way we did it the last segment, where you're just gonna do the ad and then into Johnny?
That's probably better that
Yeah.
way.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do that.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's caught up.
oh, that's right, I forgot. Yeah. Mike will bring everything back to Monday. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that'll work. Then I can just grab my basic. If you need to go, then go. I mean, no, I have to go back to work. He has to go back to work, so.
Right now?
No, but I gotta be back there at 3:20.
Right.
So just 2 years.
So you could in theory be on the 215. You could be on the 215. It's
Easy.
135 now.
Easy.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just waiting for the cue.
we're waiting.
Let's,
Are you rolling, Chris?
I can be. Are you ready?
Who's
We're going to start with Kenny.
who's starting
I thought.
this one? I'll give you the nod. All right. Rolling?
I'm rolling.
So I've been preaching the benefits of Seafoam's Deep Creep for quite some time now, and I continued to be amazed by it on a weekly basis. I used it over the weekend again on some bicycles that got left out in the elements, but anything I say and do, nothing's as amazing as watching the video I tweeted earlier this week of our guy, the rookie, who used it to take off a license plate and sprayed the Seafoam on the head of the screw and then turned the screwdriver in his left hand like this. I can't even really
I
describe
don't even know how you can
this
do that.
motion.
Listen, you do it your way, I do it my way.
But-
it worked because of Seafoam Deep Creep.
That's my point. Even if you're a guy like Rookie and you use it wrong and you hold the screwdriver wrong, Seafoam Deep Creep still works.
I'll take that as a backhanded compliment. Thank you.
It's the best stuff ever. I also use it in my high mileage truck. I use the high mileage. I dump a can or two of the SUV and truck treatment into the roommate's rig, and it just keeps all the gas and diesel fired cylinders happy and out of the shop. It's a great deal. Seafoam motor treatment, a wonderful product in the world of bad gas. Seafoam.
Just a newsman. Well, thank you, boys. Oh, yeah.
What a show off.
Oh, yeah. Let's just do a little news.
Do we have a question at the front?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a question for the guys. I've been roaming the grounds, and I got to ask you guys, where do you go to get a good candle around here?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Come on.
Whoa.
What a setup that was.
Please.
Come on.
No, Marty, thank you for asking.
Marty, come
I'm
on,
really
man.
happy that you just asked that question.
Come on.
Because you are going to go directly over to the main floor on the grandstand, and a little bit in the back, you're going to find Spiral Light Candles. Their website, if you can't make it to the grandstand, spirallightcandles.com. And I will tell you, I want each and every one of you to stop burning those boring candles that you're buying. You are going to be so surprised at how efficient these are, how cool they are. They make a great gift for your garage logician. And if you give them the secret handshake, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, you will be able to purchase the cylinder index candle that is underneath the table.
Not my idea.
What's your idea for the spirallightcandles.com?
The daughter-in-law is on her way here from a different state.
Yep.
Yes.
And she really loves candles and
Oh, this is
oils
beautiful.
and all this
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
I want to gift wrap the spiral candle that I got that smells
Whoops.
like gasoline.
The one that I burned?
And tell her to, oh, here, I got you this sweet candle. I want you
Yes.
to take it home. And then they put it in the kitchen, light that thing. They'll probably have to call the fire department.
Nice.
Yes, don't tell. That's a deal. That's a deal.
We
will
got
do
another
that.
question
As
up
long as
front.
we're taking questions, could we all hear a great town ball story?
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked. You know,
Give
actually,
him the horse. Let's get him
the
out of
state
here.
tournament in Chaska tonight. Yeah, I'll be there.
So stop burning boring candles. Check them out online. They're a Garage Logic company. It started in the garage by the Nelsons. SpiralLightCandles.com. Available, the cylinder index model, in the grandstand until the fair is complete. Good luck, and tell them the Rook sent you.
GLers, I don't know about you, but I'm amazed by Rookie every time he does something. Round of applause for Matthew. Come on.
Why? Could you think he can't do it?
Don't clap for that.
That
That-
was just amazing.
Kenny, thank you for that script, by the way, too.
As long as we're congratulating Rook, this year are we doing Corn Dog Blues?
Oh, absolutely.
I think we have to.
You got a Corn Dog Blues in you this year, Rook?
I think I do.
Okay.
Well,
Ladies
why don't
and-
we, you know what? The hell with the news.
Okay.
You know, just
After I
wait
went
a
through
second.
all this work to
No,
get this
hell with the
computer to
news.
work.
He worked for 20 minutes to get
Oh,
this
what?
laptop.
Give me. I'll tell you which stories. You just
Next.
You wanna-
yeah. I'll go next.
You want a serious
yeah.
one,
You're,
or-
well, no. You just start, and I'll tell you whether we're going to do it or
We
not.
got an arrest in that shooting on Highway 169.
That's a good thing.
Plymouth. 33-year-old Jamal Lindsay Smith of Chicago arrested in Decatur, or Decatur as we used to say, Illinois, in connection with the shooting. He's expected to be charged with second-degree murder.
I'm glad that's been done.
That's a good story.
Next.
We have, let's see here, hang on, let me scroll down.
No pressure, John.
Senate DFL Minority Leader Susan Kent said Thursday she's stepping down from her post.
Forget it.
She won't seek re-election.
Next.
The East Coast.
No, she's running for a different office, isn't she?
I don't think so. I think she,
Governorship?
She's just fed up, she said.
All right.
We miss Blaze of Glory.
What?
Our former fireworks queen, Blaze of Glory, was here, I believe, Wednesday.
Yes, on the only day we were not broadcasting.
Right.
Wasn't Engie here on Wednesday, too?
Yes, he was. Oh, perfect. Okay, next story.
East Coast.
Tough situation
Tough
out there.
situation. The death toll has risen to over 40, up to 46, they think.
That's more than got hit by the hurricane in Louisiana.
Yeah, a lot of them, now I'm not familiar with basement apartments in general, but a lot of them were flooded basement apartments.
Well, it'd just be an apartment at the basement level.
They got stuck in there and couldn't get out, unfortunately.
Well, that's a bring down. Thanks, John.
How about monkeys? Monkeys
Do the
are
monkey
always
story.
Monkeys are always
Monkeys
good.
are always a good
You
story.
can always use a monkey story.
Deprived of their preferred food source, the bananas, peanuts, and other goodies brought in by tourists, now kept away by the coronavirus, hungry monkeys on the resort island of Bali have taken to raiding villagers' homes, trying to find something to eat.
Monkey thieves?
Monkey thieves.
Imagine when that monkey pulls open that fridge and there's a big butter carving of Princess K of the Milky Way. That'll freak them out.
Villagers in Sanki say the gray, long-tailed animals have been venturing out from a sanctuary about 500 yards away to hang out on their roofs and wait for the right time to swoop down into the houses and grab a snack. Worried that the sorties will escalate into an all-out monkey assault on the village, residents have been taking fruit, peanuts, and other food to the monkey forest to try to placate
Okay,
the
that's
primates.
the hell with it. We're done.
Enough monkeys,
That's
huh?
enough. That's
Nothing
enough.
would be more terrifying than a hungry
Well, because
monkey.
Kurt's got to catch a 215.
Kurt's got to catch 215.
So let's take a break, come back with the scramble and the corn dog blues.
Yes.
I got to go to the bench.
segment is over. Slam.
Hey, Brooke, what key?
Blues ripping B. Keep it simple.
We won't do like Stormy Monday or anything.
Until I completely blow it apart, and then you guys can just start playing. Yeah. Well, I'm not a professional, so. No. Really? Really? What?
I would never make sure to tell Brooke we want some solos, huh? Otherwise, he'll just keep going.
Well, my kid's gonna meet me at work with my clothes, so I don't have to run
Are you
all
gonna
the
be
way.
all right?
I'll be. As long as I'm there at 3 and she's there at 3.
If you catch 2:15, will I get you?
Yeah.
Get you
There
there on time.
it takes 15 minutes to get there.
Oh, from this
So here, exit the station. That's great.
Good.
I'll be all right.
Well, thank you as always.
No, this has been a blast.
I don't think I've switched batteries in either one of those in about a year or so. That would explain.
I said they were blasting over there to set levels.
I did too, and then he went, your amp. I went, oh hell, that's my amp.
That was loud.
It's very loud.
I couldn't hear anything you guys were saying.
I could barely hear my guitar over that. What's going on here?
Well, if we do this next year, I will make sure to I hate running out of here like that.
Did you know that was here? I gotta have more cowbell. It's a real cowbell. It's strong.
Here, let me use that during the song. Gotta find something to hit it with.
This guy wants you to sign this. I'll bring it over. I asked a question. Wouldn't you have to write backwards to make that look right?
That's right. Should probably have to write backwards.
I think great help. You mentioned my name on the air. I got you that gift card for Red. Well, and with 4 months ago, I think I bought that. And you're gonna go. Yeah. That would be nice. Where do you get a stick?
I had my box. I gotta have more cowbell. More cowbell. I got a few.
I still got to do only.
Only.
Let me do that and get it out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose we have to play something coming back. Huh? I didn't even think of that.
No, well, why don't we just
Why don't you just bump back with Corn Dog Blues?
Oh, he's got scramble.
let's do the scramble for people at home.
Oh, shoot. That's right. Where did I put that on here? Give me a second.
You put together your event.
Whoa.
You said that.
That's the sign spot. That's not the
God, you don't want to play that.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, sorry, Such.
Hey, you got stuff coming up.
Why is that even out here?
It's in my audio clips file.
Oh, Chris.
God help us. We'll all be
Get us
arrested.
all fired. Oh, wow.
That's nothing compared to the stuff I have from Patrick.
Yeah.
darn it, where did I
Do you guys want to hear a blooper file of us
screwing up ads?
swearing like sailors?
You'd love it, but we can't do it.
You would enjoy it, but we'd be out of a job.
I don't know. What is this thing? You got a thing here?
Yeah, you went Tony Soprano on it. Hey. Are we ready for a scramble, gentlemen?
And only. We got to do the only.
I gotcha. Don't forget today's State Fair animal.
Finally. Thank God today is Friday.
T-I.
It's the scramble.
You know it, GLers, and let me tell you about our new friends from Mosaica Hard Surface. They specialize in the sourcing, supply, and installation of hard surface-based materials such as granite, marble, and quartz for your kitchen, bath, fireplace, bar, outdoor kitchen, anywhere that you dream up, they can get it done right, and also they'll do it under budget. These guys are fantastic. They're the skilled neighbors you never knew that you had. They are owned by a couple of GLers, Corey and Jay. They're huge fans of the show, and they want to help you out. There's a lot of people out there doing this, but I'm here to tell you that they are the absolute best. They've been around for 20 years, and they do things the GL way, meaning the right way, and they only use the best materials. Look them up online right now, or just simply call Corey directly at 651-242-0894. You can stop in at their showroom and say hi, or just visit them online at mosaicahardsurface.com. That's MOSAICA hardsurface.com. Brah.
Only. Because they come to us all the way from Marloth Park in Mpumalanga, South Africa, from the Traveling Lymans. It was on this day in 1883.
Come on.
September 3rd, this day. What? A celebration in St. Paul marked the impending completion of the Northern Pacific Railroad from St. Paul to the Pacific coast. The road is actually completed on September 8. Guests included Railroad President Henry Villard, President Chester A. Arthur, Ulysses S. Grant, and General Phil Sheridan.
My goodness.
Isn't that a lineup, huh? Only on this day.
Wow.
On this day. Now, it wouldn't be the fair if we didn't end it with Corn Dog Blues, would it?
I guess not, Rock,
All right.
huh?
All right.
I have to be asked. He's
Okay,
been
would you
begging
please
to do
do
it for
Corn
2
Dog
weeks.
Blues?
Let me think about it.
Hey, while Rookie gets set up.
Red Savoy right now.
Hey, hold on one second, gentlemen. Pat, get out there. Get out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat's not really known on the show. In fact, Joe doesn't know what his real name is, but Pat's the guy here that's been doing the live Facebook feed for all the GLers that haven't been able to attend the fair in person. He's awesome, and we truly thank him, along with Mike
Pat.
Weber and Adam have been helping us back here. They don't get enough recognition, but we would not have pulled this off without all of these guys.
Right
so
here
thank
at the
you,
Knack
gentlemen.
Hardware and Lounge.
This is Mike Weber, who
Is that our
does
poet
everything
sitting there?
for us.
Yes.
Matt?
By the way, Mike was sick of me last Friday.
Right.
So he has had to put up with me all week.
Before we do Corn Dog Blues, and I've got a special version this year. Do you have a poem, Matt? Can you keep it to under 10 seconds?
It can't be. We can't do a long
Just wait.
poem.
Can you keep it to under 10 seconds this time?
Yeah, I had to do a rebuttal because I heard that someone wrote in and said that my poem was too damn long.
Yeah, that's right.
So I got one for you. Thanks to Pat Royce for helping me write this.
Oh boy.
I like cheese. Yes, I do. I like cheese. How about you?
There you go.
Very good.
Very good.
Who gave Joe a cowbell?
I know, that's a mistake.
Right.
A cowbell and a drumstick.
Yeah.
Why
We're
did we?
in trouble.
Why did we do that?
Well, because we're having fun here at the fair.
Brooke, how would you like us to start this?
Let's do a blues riff in B. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up, okay?
Now we're in A. Sorry.
Oh, we're in A? Okay. It's tough working with amateurs, folks. You're going to have to gut this one out.
The Corn Dog Blues.
Here we go. One,
One, two, three, go.
That seemed a little quick, Joe.
Okay.
A 1, a 2.
Timing.
A 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, he's feeling it now.
Not yet, Rook. Not yet.
I'm waiting. woke up this morning
Oh my God.
to the side of pouring rain. Did you hear me? I said I woke up this morning to the horrible side of pouring rain.
What'd you do there?
I looked over my shoulder and my baby, she don't think.
You know what?
You know what?
You know what?
I'm hot right now, hang on. My baby left me, and that bed this morning was cold. I say she done left me, and damn, that baby was bold. So I went down to the kitchen. I was looking for some food.
What is he talking about?
I have no idea.
Losing it. He's losing it.
The kitchen was dark when I walked in. And I grabbed the lever for the icebox. I pulled the lever and the light went out. And what I saw, you can't unsee.
Big butterhead.
He's building to something.
'Cause inside that icebox was a huge butterhead from the queen.
Wow.
So I toasted up some bread, just like every heartbroken man would do.
He's gonna work in an ad. You watch.
When the toast was done, I lit my spiral light candle, and it smelled like the garage too.
Got a boy.
It was burning so sweet, and then I remembered I had a tweet.
Hey, do you mind if we play a couple solos here? You know, we didn't bring these guitars for
Who's
nothing.
gonna go first, bruh?
How about Dylan?
Dylan, hi, ladies and gentlemen. She done broke my heart. Dylan, that's exactly what my heart feels like right now. So I hopped on the bus and I went over to the Minnesota State Fair. People looking all crazy, like Kenny Olsen with his big old brown hair.
It's mostly gray now.
It is mostly gray now. And I tried to find some solace.
Solace? What?
Solace?
Yeah, to get over to the garage logic booth.
Bleep that word.
Bleep that word.
I saw the crowd around the front porch. And damn, it was cooking.
Oh, Johnny Hyde, Dylan Hyde, rookie.
Looked up and saw Joe
Kurt.
Souchere. And I said, he you still ain't good looking.
It's a long song.
It is a long song.
But then we got in motion because Kurt is going to play
a bass solo?
Come on, baby.
Kurt!
I'm currently playing the left nipple. Right nipple.
That's your right nipple.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kurt catching the bus at 2:15. If you see my baby on the bus, you tell her I said hello.
I think there's another verse.
Oh, boy.
So as we wrap up the 2021 fair,
7-minute corn dog blues.
That's right.
I would like to thank you for being here. Now, don't forget next year, 7 days, Mr. Sushi Ray is going to be right here.
No, that's premature. That's premature. That's premature.
Harumph.
So wrap up to 2021. Let's all sing the Corn Dog Blues.
Yeah!
That's a wrap.
See you, GLers. Thank you.
Stick around. Table Talk.
Table Talk's next.
Table Talk is next. I got a surprise for the family, so stick around if you're so inclined. Thank you.
You were great. Yeah, you were great.
That was awesome.